I literally just heard the song Shook Ones by Mobb Deep in my mind about 20 minutes ago, right? It's 5 a.m. Now the majority of the fucking house is up. Cause I'm up and my dog saw me getting up to get dressed. And she starts whining and crying. Although I wasn't going nowhere, I was just putting on clothes. Because I can't make a video in the nude. So, but anyway, this is a channel message. Like, this shit really channeled to me. Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. So I had to go back and re-listen to the song. And as I'm listening to the song, because all I kept hearing in my head when I was laying down was, they shook, ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. They scared to death, they scared to look. And I'm like, yo, that shit. Like, I always loved, like, rap is my favorite. I love all kinds of music, right? I'm a music lover of all kinds. Rap is my motherfucking genre. Like, it's my favorite out of all music. But as I'm listening to the hook, I'm processing it because my mom be doing some different stuff these days from what it used to do when I would hear this music. And I'm like, they shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. They shook. They're afraid. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, right? Halfway crooks. Now, when we think of crooks, the word crook it's like a shortening of the word crooked, right? And when someone is crooked, you think crooked, they're not walking a straight line. They're not walking in ordinance. Like, when I think of walking in a straight line, I think of like militant, disciplined, orderly. So they're crooked, right? And they're saying they're shook because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. So the ones that are shook are the imposters, the ones that are posing as the crooked, right? When they're really the ones that is following the ordinance, following the line, being disciplined by society, being led by society. When I think of a line, I think of a formation, like being led. When people are in a line, you know, remember that term, make two straight lines in school, and then you would go from one classroom to the next or wherever you was going. You got on the two straight lines and you went in the direction you was told to go in. So the crooked is the ones that go in many different directions, whatever direction they feel like going in, not the direction that they are being told to go in. They direct themselves, right? So the ones that are shook are the imposters. They scared to death, they scared to look. And the reason why they're imposters is because they are scared to go within, to face their shadows. They're afraid to go into that dark and face the darkness. They're the shook ones, right? The imposters, the ones that you see out here posing as having confidence, and the ones posing as, you know, being whatever it is they're posing to be, but deep down inside, they are running off of sources outside of themselves, right? They are running off of validation from others, hand claps from others. They are running off of, you know, words of encouragement from others, being lifted up by others. So they are the ones that are looking outside of themselves to be saved. Meanwhile, the crooks, the real crooks, the real crooked ones, the ones who don't walk that straight line, that straight path, they never needed validation. They don't seek validation outside of themselves. And even if at one point in time they did seek validation, it is only because they refused to face themselves. But they grew to a point of being able to go into darkness and face themselves. They got tired of running and they said, fuck that, fuck the fear. I'm gonna face my shit. And those are the thoroughbreds. Those are the G's, the real G's of the world. Like, when I think of a G, I don't think of somebody who is out here putting on tactics and putting on a show to get applause from people and doing things to intimidate others, because like a bully, right? Deep down inside, you have this fear and you refuse to face it, and you project that shit outwards and impose your energy onto other people to have them in fear. You projecting your fear on other people to have them in fear because you're afraid to face your shit. So the channeled message is just basically for the ones that are doing the work to keep fucking going. It does not matter if physically you are not seeing the numbers there, the physical, the physicality of your inner work. Eventually it's going to pop up in your life, because when it's all said and done, the ones who refuse to take off the mask and keep performing for the validation and is looking for someone to save them, the ones that are in hell but they want to ride the coattails of someone else to get out of hell, those are going to be the ones that fall by the wayside, because they're in hell but they wear this mask and pose to others like they're in some kind of heaven, and they are consistently looking to others. They are outsourcing their energy, looking for others to save them. There comes a point in life where you can't keep running, because you're going to realize that no one can save you but you. So the ones who have been doing the work to get themselves to that place, don't allow what you physically see to get up in your psyche and mind fuck you. Don't allow what you physically see to get up in your psyche and mind fuck you, because you have been doing the work. You have been facing your shadows, and the time is approaching. Remember, physically, time is a construct. It's a physical construct. So you're already there spiritually. When you go within, you're there spiritually. What you can't see but you can feel. You can feel that you are there. You're there. So just stay in that frequency, in that vibration, that feeling, right? Because it is going to have to catch up. Remember, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. So stay in that feeling that you are in. Stay in that frequency that you are in, because it is going to come to you. And the ones who've been playing and posing and refuse to sit with themselves, the ones that are too afraid to go within and do the work, but they're posing, and you see like, oh, they have the money, they have the numbers, they have the this, they have the that. That shit's gonna fall. Like, this is a different time that we're in. This is a different era that we're in, and just keep doing what you fucking doing, because the frequency you're in is going to unravel and attract to you from the outside. Don't allow the imposter frequency. Don't allow what you see other people having and doing and being, but you also see them seeking validation, always looking for a hand clap, always looking for someone else to encourage them or lift them up and, love them. They're relying on sources outside of themselves. They're relying on other people's energy. You don't have to rely on other people's energy, because you know that yours is powerful enough to sustain you and get you to where the fuck you need to be physically. Stay in your frequency. Stay in your frequency. Shook ones. They scared to death. They scared to look, because ain't no such things as halfway crooks. They shook.